Good day, YouTubers and friends. Walter here. You're in a shop with Walter today. I've been doing a little rooting, digging, plundering. A couple items I wanted to share with you today. It's funny how so many of my projects here overlap with my railroad corner, so sometimes they're not related to the railroad corner, and sometimes they are. I'll show you a couple of things I wanted to share with you today. I got that battery jumper pack charging. Either I don't know how to work or it don't do what I expected it would do. We're going to tinker with that and probably do a video series on that darn thing. Over here on the left, we'll begin here. We're looking at Hobbico, Hobbico, AC/DC multi-charger. I don't think it puts out much, and from what I can determine, it's from what I can see online, it's for charging nickel-cadmium batteries or whatever for remote control cars and planes. So I doubt they're very high voltage. We're gonna tinker with the thing a little bit, see how much juice it puts out, but I don't think it's much. I think I acquired that thing in a lot of junk from an auction. Picked it up in an auction somewhere mixed with a bunch of other junk. But it's something to tinker with and plunder with. Over here we're looking at a light. A halogen 4x6 light. Now that came from the railroad. A little bit of a story behind that. I had 4 of them. I've sold 3 of them on eBay for some ridiculous price. But I held on to that one because I thought I'd use it on my lawnmower sometime. It's a 12-volt light. And what they were bought for, the railroad was going to use them on the Atlanta derrick, which was a 250-ton brown hoist crane that we went and picked up train wrecks and stuff with. And that's what they were for putting on the boom of the derrick. Well, when the derrick got gone, didn't need it anymore, and the supply man, his name was Jack, was throwing things away. He had a big old bin full of things he was throwing away. Are you throwing that stuff in the trash? Yeah, it ain't no good. So when he wasn't looking, I picked up them 4 light bulbs, took them home with me. And I don't even know, I haven't tried this bulb, but since we've got our 12-volt light system here, let's plug it in, see if we can get it to burn. Wouldn't it be neat if I could use that light for making light down here for recording my videos or something. Anyway, we're going to put a plug on that. An old railroad rule book from 1958 from the Central Georgia Railroad. I think I've shared that before on YouTube. It's been some time in the past. We'll do a review of that operating rule book from the Central Georgia Railroad one day here in the railroad corner, if enough people show interest in it. That book used to belong to a man named Warren Wells. He had the job in Griffin before I did, the outline point job. I think old Warren's going on to meet his maker. But I acquired this out of a bunch of junk at Griffin that was in the trash. Well, it was getting thrown out. I said, that's another item going home with me. If I dig in every little nook and cranny of things that I brought home and saved because I hoarded, we could do all kind of reviews here today. But that's all I got to share with you today. We're going to sit down here and, let's see, I guess we'll start off today tinkering with this 12-volt light. Now I had that jumper battery charging out in the garage. Yeah, I don't know if it ever got charged or not. I've never figured out how to work the darn thing. Seems like you ought to be able to turn the work light on and leave it on, but I can't seem to get it to stay on. Maybe because it's charging. These lights flash, it's charging. When that there turns solid green, it's supposed to be charged. It's got a little USB port. But I haven't had a whole lot of success getting that darn thing to work. See if it's making any electricity at all. Okay, it's pulsing. I guess if I had it hooked to a battery, it would be pulsing the battery. It don't put out a steady stream of electricity, it pulses. That wasn't even enough to light my lights up yesterday. What happens if I reverse the polarity? Nope, it goes the other way. So the one I have the tape on here is the ground. All right, let's take a look at this light. That just might look Jim Dandy on my riding lawnmower. I have to build me a bracket and put that booger bear on there. I wonder which one is the ground. Probably don't make no difference. Let's find out. I don't know if there's enough juice to burn this bulb or not here. Probably blind myself. All right, let's reverse it. That's not a good sign. All right, let's plug it into 12 volts and see if that'll make it work. That sure don't make it work. Bulb might not be any good. I've had it out in the garage for 15 years. Might be done dropped it and broke it. Let's see, we need to strip this wire back a little bit. Don't have my wire strippers out here. Yeah, I do. Take it back. There are a pair laying over there. They're not very good wire strippers. scared myself when I dropped that. I see you. Oh my goodness. We'll have to do a special video on my Husqvarna lawnmower at night, lighting up the yard out there. She works. That is my review of Hobbs Row-Brite 50% more life. We'll put that back in the box and do a light up the front yard video one day. It's too neat to use down here in the workshop. What kind of suggestions do you viewers have for my light? Put it on my vehicle? Maybe. They'd see me coming down the road, wouldn't they? It's a halogen lamp. Well, it works. Jim Dandy. It's getting a little warm. It's not really hot. I'll do a separate video on my battery charger. Not battery charger, my remote control charger. That's going to conclude my little project in the shop for today. Maybe by tomorrow we'll have this thing fully charged. But if that's all it does is just pulse, I thought it had like some serious electricity. It wasn't even enough power to light up this light bulb. Now, you can't really jump start with something like that. You just use it to charge up your battery. So if you have a weak battery, you probably could put it on there and wait 10 or 15 minutes and then you'd be able to start your vehicle. It's not a jumper. And don't ask me why that work light won't stay on, because I don't know. Incorrect connection. Oh, well, it ain't connected to anything. I guess it is incorrect. I don't have a battery down here to hook it to. Well, it's obviously already charged. But we'll let it charge tonight and see if that green light comes on. I wouldn't give you 10 cents for that darn thing. Anybody out there know anything about this stupid 3-in-1 center tech thing from Harbor Freight? Lord knows I don't. Y'all have a good evening. This is Pwalpar saying we're out of here.